number 6. It's Monday. We've skipped the weekend. We don't work out on the weekend.
Yep, so it's Monday and it's day number 6. I know it's day number 6.
Precisely. She knows.
I know, because I'm smart.
Everybody loses track of time while we're in quarantine.
I am Elsa.
She is Elsa. Let's just make sure she's on the camera. Have I set it up properly?
I'm a princess. I'm a princess.
Well, to be fair, I think you'll find you can have multiple princesses, girls. Don't worry.
I'm a princess. I'm a princess.
Excuse me, princesses.
I'm a sassy girl.
I'm not a princess. Today we've got a couple of new exercises to try and break up the monotony of it. One of them is you requested on Friday we do the elbow sequence. We're doing that twice. We're going to do one set of it super slow to try and teach her, because the coordination can be a little bit tricky when you're first learning it. And then we're going to do one set fast to show how it can be a fun cardio exercise. We're also doing press-ups off of something. Aggie's going to demo on the floor for us. Dee Dee and Izzy are doing it off the chairs. I'll do it off the wall. Yep. Go on, Eggs, coming up. Good girl. You may need to be a bit further back though. I'm not sure if your face that picked you up. I don't know where it comes the floor up. Right, let's get going. I keep forgetting. Last week I've forgotten every single one. I did it halfway through, which completely redundant, negates the purpose. We are doing the beginner's workout now. So we have the warm-up, the beginner's round of the circuit and a cool down. That beginner's round of the circuit, click the timestamp, repeat it anywhere between, you can just do it once through with us if you're happy for a 20-minute workout. If you want a half-hour workout, it's a 10-minute round. Skip back, do it twice, then do the cool down. All the way up to an hour, up to 5 times round. It might get a bit monotonous and boring, just hearing us say the same things over and over again, but it's a good solid workout. After that, the kids are going upstairs and I'm going straight into the advanced workout, which is really tough. I'm not bothering too much with that, with modifications to make it easier or harder, because that's one you can contact me and ask, and then we'll get involved. I've got a separate Facebook group for all of my clients where we're talking about modifications, making it easier or harder. Well, to be fair, we're not, because everybody's just doing the hard version at the minute, but that's where the potential to ask is. So, if you want to go straight to the hard workout, click the timestamp, boom, jump straight there. Then you can click the timestamp to come back and do the cool down, use them to jump around on the video. It's all on one YouTube video now to keep things simple, allegedly simple. Me explaining it like this makes it sound really complicated and hard. It's not nice. The key to curtsying, yes, you pull your skirt up, you don't flash your shorts at everybody. You need to do slightly less. Anyway, enough. It's now a curtsy tutorial. Let's do this.
How to curtsy? No, how to bow.
Usual warm-ups. How do we start the warm-up, girls?
Up and down.
There we go.
Really? But we sit down to do this.
We can sit down, we can stand up, it's all good.
We're
Just
lazy,
lubricate the joints.
Yeah, we're lazy. I don't want to get stitches, so
we're all good.
we're lazy girls. So
Left and right, over each shoulder.
Hello, I'm sitting down because I've had stitches the past 2 days, so and I don't want it on the 3rd day.
It's good, it means you're working nice and hard, Deeds. It's a good thing.
Dad,
Thank you. Now, ear to shoulder.
shoulder to ear.
Like we're all listening to a nice slow song, swaying along. Technically, really, Aggie, should we sing this? Let it go, let it go. That's enough of that.
I think it's
Just
let it go.
now rock yourself to sleep.
Let it
Roll
go.
that. Roll
Let it
forwards.
go. I'm so angry because of the love.
Over the other shoulder. Come back.
Pink.
Come forward.
Yep,
I'm the princess of
nothing.
You're proud. I'm the princess of trousers.
The princess of trousers.
And he's a prince of shorts.
The prince of shorts.
You're the
Girls, shoulders, roll them back.
Roll
Roll forwards.
One second, I've got to do that.
forwards.
Roll
I didn't
backwards.
realise instructions the next round.
I did.
just did a bit of it.
Backwards.
Roll the wrists. You know how to do it, come on.
Last year in year 3, someone in my class, we were doing perimeter and he made up a rhyme sort of thing.
Yeah, change direction.
To remember it.
Have you memorised your King Henry poem you wrote?
Most of it?
You can tell it to the camera. Izzy did a really good. We'd set her a challenge of a historical figure and a method of about it. 1 foot back, circle the ankle. So she wound up with Henry VIII and a poem, and she's done a very good poem about Henry VIII. Can you read? Yeah, go on, run, grab it quick, then you can read it out while we're doing one of the other exercises. Change direction, circle your ankle the other way.
Ow, damn it.
Possible the camera's just close up on his ponytail at the moment.
Yeah, who cares?
Well, the people watching you just don't want to close up on your ponytail. Switch feet. Don't worry about it, if you can't find it, we'll do it on tomorrow's one.
Oh no, found it. Found it. It was not where it should be.
Did we do the other ankle both ways?
Yeah.
Change
I
direction,
know.
back the other
I
way.
wasn't here. Okay, I found it.
Okay, when we start the next beat, while we're doing our knees, you can read it out,
Can
okay?
I sit down and read it out?
You can.
Yeah.
It must be very strenuous for you standing and reading at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, feet together, bend the knees, form circles with the knees. Go on, Izzy.
King Henry VIII was born in 1491. He married Catherine and wanted a son. He died in 1547, aged 55, only one of his 6 wives survived. Catherine failed
Change
to give
direction.
birth to Mary. After this, his character was scary. He was King of England and Wales from 1509 to 1547. He married the Church of England to divorce from Catherine and go to heaven. The end.
Hey,
Applause, applause.
Very good.
Applause.
Get out of it, Leeds. Coming up.
Yay.
Pop it down. Hula hoop. Pop it behind. Oh, that'll work. That'll work.
Oh, no, I just clicked.
That's good. Skip
Do
moving.
you like
That's
what I
what
did to my bracelet?
Very nice.
I put keys.
That's what I did
There's the
to
keys to
my.
your diary, are they?
That's
Back
what
the other
I
way.
did to my necklace, but I just didn't put it on.
Yeah, but I wear these every day because
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
wearing that
I wear them every day now that I've made them. God.
Okay, knees up and
What are
out.
you doing?
Knees up and out.
I'm just doing all the variations on the floor.
Mhm.
It's not cheating. There are variations.
You can do most of this seated, pretty much.
What is that?
We have it's a crown that you girls drop back down. Now back the other way, step over. A crown dropped down and the radiator melted it because we didn't know it was there, and we've not cleaned it off yet.
Can't wait because it's actually really nice.
Up and over.
It looks like
I always thought
It looks like someone
pink.
sneezed on the radiator. I know.
I always thought it was pink.
Look
Okay,
at
shh, shh, shh. Coming round.
Isn't the actual thing yet?
Inhale. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale. Suck the chin. Suck the belly button
Ready,
in.
full version.
Yeah.
Can
Coming
I
up. Down and down. Don't headbutt each other. Inhale. Exhale. Finish on the inhale. Look up. Now coming up. Last one of these, then we're into the workout.
So dabbing.
Swing the arms. There is not a dabbing
Or
section.
maybe there
no.
should be.
Where's the
Maybe.
dabbing section?
Swing. Hang on. I'm going to skip that back because we spoke all the way through the swing.
Yeah. I've read all the way through the knees, so quick. Knees, knees, knees.
Okay, swing. Palm up, thumb down. Palm up, thumb down. Switch which one goes on top.
I've never realised the warm up, huh?
Very good.
What? How far down is elbow sequence?
Oh, yeah, Dee Dee's got the list. I wrote it out. Dee Dee's got it. Dee Dee's, you'll find out it's quite far down, so people can have a bit of a breather. Okay, what's first, Dylan? Skipping. Get your fake skipping rope.
Didn't we do this first yesterday?
I tell you what, yes,
Can I
you
have
did.
it?
Can I have
Hang on, girls. Fake skip. Izzy can have a go today. In front. Come back, Dee Dee. Let her have a quick go. Fake skip, quick. Because we've only got 30
Real skip.
seconds. We'll all take it in turns to have the real rope. Just don't.
I'm gonna try when
Don't get close, Aggie. You'll hit it.
I
Keep
can't
going,
do it,
Izzy,
so
then.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, that's cool.
I can't do a double under.
You don't have to do a double under,
I'm
just
trying.
skip. Come on, Dee, let's keep going. It's not a spectator sport. You're trying to go backwards now.
It didn't work.
Okay, pop it down. We'll go reverse age order for the skipping rope. This can have it tomorrow, the next can have it the day after. Sound fair? What's next, Dee Dee? Quick.
Lunges.
Lunges. Step forwards, bend the knees.
No more
Come up.
lunges.
Oh, we take out a tie grip then.
Yes, alternate. So if you need your chair, the balance, have it slightly in front of you so you can step forwards into it
I don't need
and
it.
push off.
around.
Step forwards, push off. You can do walking lunges. That is a nice variation. Focus, keep your body nice and upright, nice big step.
Hey, we can all see your shorts.
Yeah.
That's why she's wearing shorts, because you know shorts aren't a problem if she's not flashing her underwear at everyone. Coming up, what's next, Deeds?
King Henry VIII was born in 1490.
Come on, Deeds. You can
He married Catherine.
step jacks, jumping jacks. We know this one. So step, Clap your hands at the top. Slap your thighs at the bottom. Don't whinge it hurts, just to be more gentle. Sorry, Miss Agatha. Don't walk into Izzy. There we go.
Dad, can we change
Second
it
try.
slightly and go like this?
That's a different day. That's for a bit of variety.
But isn't it the same? So
It's the same but different. A change is as good as a rest. You need a little bit of variety, so a bit of disguised repetition. I think is the key, is the term here. Breathe. What next, Aids?
Breathe!
Hindu squat.
Hindu squats, my favourite. I'm going to do these slow because in the advanced workout I'm going to be doing like hundreds of these in a minute. So up to your toes, roll your arms back, exhale, drop it down. Oh, did you hear my ankle climb?
Gently down the Hindu
Just go as low as comfortable. You don't have to touch the floor. Just whatever works. If you can,
Roll your
do.
boat gently down the Hindu stream.
toes.
Inhale,
exhale.
starts the Hindu dream.
Have you heard about Hindus yet?
Keep moving.
Yeah, someone in my class is a Hindu.
Awesome.
I think he's a Hindu. He might be something else.
Okay, what next, Aids?
Twist and punch.
Twist and punch. We know this one, right? Make sure you've got a bit of space. This one, no. So we twist like this, and now punch, elbow, punch, elbow. Come up on the ball of the foot. It's this nice big twist you want. Elbow, punch,
Then aren't we doing the same? Then how are we
elbow,
doing?
punch,
I'm confused.
elbow, punch. So have a go.
Is this
No,
right?
but Dad, I keep
You
going.
can just let your arms go floppy
No,
and
but Dad,
twist.
then you're just doing that.
This just makes us look cool. Look,
Then
elbow,
you're just going like that.
punch, Izzy. Elbow, punch,
Yeah, I don't get it.
elbow.
I only did one side, so I couldn't get the other side. Dad.
What's next, Aids?
Seated lunge stretch left.
What?
Sorry.
Seated lunge
Ah, yes, sit in your chairs.
It's left.
Turn sideways. Drop the back leg back.
Don't we need to turn left?
Inhale and reach.
Don't we need to turn
Well,
left?
just turn, as long as you do the other way next time. Fold forwards. Big breath in, stretch, lean backwards.
How are these lunges?
Fold forwards. Look at our legs, we're in a lunge position. If I just push with my feet, so my bum's off the chair, look, I'm in a lunge.
If I was on Abby's chair, I'd be able to get all the way down. This chair's too big.
That's alright. Reach.
No!
What's next, Aids?
Ladder climb.
Ladder climb, coming up and after the ladder. We're doing this the other way around.
I don't get my chair.
Knees high, hands
Can I
high.
sit that side next week?
What?
No, tomorrow.
Yes,
Next week.
quite possibly.
This isn't a
You
weekly
can
thing.
solve. Well, to be fair, whoever's reading can go there because then they can read the book off the
I'm
table.
reading tomorrow.
So you are, so you can go there then. How convenient is that? Indeed, you can go that side and have the skipping rope.
Yay.
See how it all works
Then
out?
you like 12 side to get the skipping rope. That's how it will work out. Take them
Apparently so. This is now a law set in stone.
Because
it will
Abby
work.
will always just be there.
Okay, seated lunge the other way. So sit down, turn
Well,
sideways
so-
on your chair,
Rest my chair.
drop one leg back. Just slide down a little bit, it's alright. Inhale, lean back, exhale. I'm going to try not to headbutt the
You
fridge.
may have a problem.
Inhale, you are a problem.
No, I mean Aggie.
Kids,
Look at Aggie.
look at Aggie. Aggie, come.
When I was trying to move my chair forward,
Yeah.
my toes
Dylan, enough.
underneath the
Chair.
You squashed your toes under the chair. Oh, sweetheart.
That was stupid.
Are you alright? Oh no, we're going to have to chop them off.
No.
Finish on the stretch,
That was
like with
stupid,
everything.
wasn't it?
What's next?
No idea.
You alright? Let's have a look. You're all good. Still cheesy.
Sequence 1.
Sorry? Elbow sequence. Right, nice and slow. Left foot forwards. Come forwards and step. To the side. Step.
But you're
Backwards. Step. Keep the feet where they are. Bend forwards. Rear uppercut. Step. Front uppercut. Dee dee. There you go. Boom. Back of the head.
You could just
Shuffle back. Other leg.
So I
Step
had to
forwards.
go.
Step to the
There
side.
you go.
Step back. Rear uppercut. Step forwards. Back of the head.
Fast
We're
motion.
doing it. No, we've got something in between. Then we're doing fast. We've got these.
Push-ups on wall.
Push-ups. Ags, you're on the floor for the
Where am
push-ups.
I going?
You're going there. So on the
I
wall,
don't
keep
know
your body
how to
nice
do
and
it.
straight, hands
I don't
under your
know how to do
shoulders.
it. How do you do it?
No to the wall.
Like this.
On the chair, push your chest to the back of the chair. Key thing here, don't shrug your shoulders. Keep
But
them
how
down.
do you not shrug your shoulders?
Well, try. Go on, go. Keep your elbows down. Pull your shoulder blades down. There you go. Is he perfect? Push. Keep your body locked nice and straight.
4, 3.
Now this may feel easy, but you can go
Yeah,
really, really
It does
fast
not feel easy.
and get a lot in, and it really does get a nice burn.
It does not feel
Elbow
easy.
sequence.
Elbow sequence fast. So what we just did, we're going to go fast. Okay, go for it.
Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shuffle back. 1, 2, 3,
Big.
4, 5, 6. Shuffle back.
Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Go.
1,
Oh,
2, 3,
The
5,
chairs in the
6.
back.
One more of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shuffle back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Boom.
Come on, Aggie, you can do it.
We're on
Get your
12 for
Get the
15.
feet out, join in. What's next?
Viking row.
Viking row. Let's do these seated. We're on a Viking ship. Grab the oars. Squeeze all the muscles as you pull back. Squeeze all the muscles as you push forwards. Grip the floor with your toes. Squeeze your glutes. Engage your core.
Daddy, if you miss them, why don't you do it?
Full body tension. Clench your fists as tight as you can.
You're making this sound way more
Roll
complicated
the
than it
shoulders back where you should be. While you're moving, turn on every muscle in your body.
is. No, but you're
If
making
you're
it
not
sound
getting
so
warm and out of
complicated.
breath, you're not squeezing enough.
At the same time.
Come on back. You can, but you've actually got to do some of the exercises. The drama about the toes needs to start wearing off. What we got, babes? Speed ball. One foot forward. Shuffle the feet, work the speed ball. One foot the other, circles. In front of your body's good. Yep. In front of your eyes is better. Like that, like the okey dokey. Oh, okey dokey. Switch feet.
Wind the daddy up.
Wind the daddy up.
Daddy up. Wind the daddy up. Wind the daddy
Crack an egg on her. Ready? Crack an egg.
Pull, clap, clap, clap. Point to the
What's next?
ceiling, point to the floor, point to the window,
What's
point
that?
to the floor. Put your hands together, point to the
Okay. Bit tight. Oh, plank, quick. You missed it. On your chair. Or on the floor. Elbows, straight body.
I think my boobs soon.
Go on in, quick. If that's too hard, do it on your hands on the chair.
I'm trying to keep my top up.
Steve, you're just lying on the floor.
Oh, I can do
That's
that.
cheating.
I could do that. I could be here all day.
Uh-huh. Cheaters.
Hey, I'm off the ground like a centaur.
Now we're on the last one. Reach high and low.
Reach high. Dad, can I show it? So I remember.
Yes, you
We have
can.
to- So you're up,
She's in charge.
up, down. Hands and back your head.
No,
Oh, no, like
eye
that.
stretch.
Right, down. Hands at that.
Hands on it.
Knee back. Up, down.
And then repeat it.
Up, down. Hands wide back. Down. High. Behind your back. Down.
One big stretch. Reach. And slide.
Cool down.
Cool down. Have a seat. Where's Aki gone?
Sit down and relax.
And then look
Cool.
right. Inhale.
Sit down and relax.
Squeeze the knees.
I'm going to try and do standing.
Squeeze. You can do it stand. You can do it walking as well. Take a step each time. The key to that is keep your balance. Put the foot down under control. Don't let gravity fall forwards.
Look at that.
I find it easier. Balancing.
Get out. Hamstrings next.
Balancing if there's something
Yeah.
still.
Yes. Other leg, we're alternating today. We did all one the other day and all the other. Today we're alternating. Can you do what this is?
He's upstairs.
He's upstairs, sweetheart. You have to say that for another day.
What did I do?
Surely then we'd only be doing 9 if last time we did all one and then all the others.
Well, no, if you added in extra exercises instead. Okay, I'm kind of dreading this today. My hips are a bit achy. Cross the legs, straight, bent, or if you can,
How high are we going?
right angles.
Okay, are we
Inhale,
going
sit
forwards?
tall. Exhale, reach forwards.
Can I go like this? See if I can go all the way.
Inhale. Yeah, go on then. Swap with Dee.
Let's go on that chair.
Okay, swap with Dee then.
No.
Aggie, swap on the next one. Rain in the drama.
I don't get any chance of doing it.
Out My
on the
chin,
go.
my chin touched.
To go on that.
Okay,
Give me my
next.
feet. Give me my feet.
Izzy. Same exercise, other legs. Inhale.
I can get my chin here.
Reach.
I can't fall forward up. My body's too short. My
Yeah,
body was
your
longer.
body's too short.
Too short. Needs to be longer.
That's good, actually. Aggie's just doing it, hanging out, checking out the damaged
Aggie,
toes
you
and
can
putting a chair on.
Aggie, you can sit there next time and we do it tomorrow.
That's good.
Give me my chair back.
Okay, Deeds, swap back. Elbows on the knees. Reach. Nice big twist.
Why do I always have to do this?
Reach. Well, I'm going to show you the other
So
version.
bend it forward.
Just put your arm down the inside of your shin. Twist. Oh, very good at this. Go on down.
Oh, it's quarter past 11.
Twist.
That's quarter past 11.
Because we started late.
Wait, is it past
Okay,
lunchtime?
reset. No, Dee Dee.
Quarter
Coming up.
past until
Oh, this is hot work, isn't it?
how long-
Okay, reach high.
How long for tough work?
Drop the arm. About half an hour.
Last one.
Each, they're all about half an hour. This one's about 20 minutes, and then people can repeat
How
the
long's
rounds
the
of the circuit, so
training?
10 minutes each.
How long's the ninja training?
We'll see, depends how well behaved you guys are.
Because
Are you doing ninja training after?
you're done the
You done
I've got to squeeze one more in for even numbers.
Because if your one's half an hour, that will take us to quarter to
Slide with
12.
it. It should take us up to lunchtime, like it always does, literally every single day. Where are we? Cat lift, cat arch. Inhale. Exhale.
Inhale.
Come on up.
Aggie's doing cobra.
She
That's
is.
down dog with cobra.
Always technically, yeah, down dog and up dog, because her feet are on the floor.
Cobra, this is cobra.
Okay, come on up.
What now? Oh no, we're done.
No.
Oh. Done. Let's get excited then.
Back of the chair. Stretch the calves. Come
You
back.
said not to not face the camera.
Stretch the calves.
Do this one.
That's good. To drive your hips forwards till your heel wants to come off the floor, but don't let it. So Izzy, your heel is off the floor. The back heel, keep the foot flat. Drive your hips forwards. Get a nice stretch through the calf.
If I need my chest.
I'm going to
Down like
squeeze
this.
one more in, kinda.
Were we supposed to swap legs?
Alternating. It was alternating.
Oh. I
Yes.
didn't do that.
Bring your arms crossed.
Sorry.
We're doing these every day at the minute because they're good.
I'm just going to do this quickly. Okay. I didn't realize we were alternating.
Come across.
Is
And
it easy
squeeze.
way to
Come across. Squeeze.
I think that's a cheese though.
No, it doesn't look.
Yeah,
Oh, what numbers again? I did all the numbers. Just get the last one in.
Don't you want so bad at this?
Last one. Now, this one, on your seat, on your fists, just roll them backwards and forwards.
Oh, my butt's facing
I'm
the
on
camera again.
scared with you.
Yeah. So, just roll them nice and gently. Other way
I
around.
don't like you anymore.
There you go.
Ow, God,
Roll them.
shit.
And back up, Aggs. Back up.
Ow.
Aggie's just putting them flat and rolling her fingers.
Ow,
Roll
Dad.
wrists.
She's hot my chin.
Okay, well, can you tell her sorry?
No, she doesn't.
Okay, we did it. We made it through another one, just about. Say goodbye, girls. Come on, Elsa.
I love you.
Bye.
Love Elsa.
Because she's Elsa.
And I'm not a baddie, I'm a goodie.
Like, totally. Totally a goodie.
Yep.
Bye. Okay. The kids have been banished. Time for a tough one. This is one, the time frame we're going to be doing again and again. It's a reverse pyramid, and it's the first one where we're going into a long amount of time per exercise. So far we've done 20 seconds of work, we've done 30 seconds of work. Today it's a reverse pyramid. We're going from 15 seconds all the way up to a minute, then back down again. 10 sets total, 5 going up, 5 coming down, and we've got a 90-second break in the middle. What I might do on the video is possibly speed that up so you don't just have to stare at me drinking water for 90 seconds. You could just pause it and go back when you're ready. At the same time, scratch that. I probably should keep the counter going so you know how long rest you've had. Any 3 exercises really that you can do fast or that you can do isometrically. So you could do things like all sits, planks, holding down dog, anything like that. if you're feeling really, really masochistic, you could just do any kind of body weight exercise. I mean, doing press-ups for this, we've done it in the past in the gym, and it is tough. Doable, but tough. Again, I'd recommend mostly keeping it body weight exercises, because you start to fatigue that much with a weight and you've not got anyone there to keep an eye on your form or to assist you, you risk injuring yourself. So things like rows, you chuck a towel over a banister of your stairs, or even you can throw it over your door, hook it around door handles. Rowing in and out is good. Press-ups can be good. So these are, and squats, all really, really tough versions. Slightly easier version is what I'm doing, is to get it kind of cardio based. I'm going to be doing skipping, kettlebell swings or snatches, depending on how much I fatigue, and Hindu squats, because I really need to loosen up my hips and glutes, because as predicted, after Friday's workout, everything's a little bit sore and tender. Another version of this, which we will be doing further down the road, but if for the guys who have done these workouts with me before want to experiment, you could pick a variation of each exercise as you go along. So arguably, using push-ups as the example, you could start off doing the easy one, push-ups on the floor. Then the next one's up, push-ups on your knees. Then the next one's up, push-ups on a raised surface. Then the last one, push-ups on the wall. So you're getting easier and harder, almost the equivalent of if you're doing it with weights, taking weight off for each set to make it a little bit easier. Say the alternative is you can use the lower sets as almost like a warm-up to doing a full minute of press-ups, which when you're pre-fatigued from all the others, it's not nice, it's not easy, is good for you. Anyway, I've waffled enough. You'll get used to it. The guys in the gym know this well. When I'm not looking forward to a workout, I'll start talking just to try and delay it, to put it off as humanly possible. My first exercise, I'm going to be starting with the rope to try and loosen everything up. As I say, my glutes ache, my hips ache. Here comes the countdown. So first one, nice and short, only 15 seconds. I'm gonna miss it. He says, yep, it's going to end. That's right, I programmed it wrong then. I was sitting down this morning a little bit bleary-eyed, trying to program it into here, and I got it wrong so many times. I had to delete it and start again. I just couldn't quite get the hang of it. Next up, Hindu squats. Inhale, exhale. Haha, this is why I'm doing these, because getting down that low ain't great, so this will help loosen it up. There we go, ready. I can go and reach. Oh yeah, that's tough. And now the kettlebell. There we go, 15 seconds rest is nice at the moment. It's going to feel like nothing as we progress. We're off. Let's get a little bit close to the lampshade. There we go, round one done. Easy, eh? A little bit longer. Next exercise. Back to square one, and we're off. As always, if you're not sure about whether an exercise is appropriate, you want to try your own thing, you're not sure if it's appropriate, or if you're not sure how to modify it, make it easier or harder, message me, stick it in the comments, send it as a private message. So sometimes I have noticed with private messages on Facebook, if we're not already friends, I don't always get a notification, so I'll try and remember to check, see if there's any message requests in the inbox, but it doesn't notify me of those. So if I'm a little bit slow to respond, maybe put something in the comments saying, I've sent you a private message, check it out. But yeah, we have a private Facebook group for all of the guys who are members of the club. The joys of all of this being in quarantine, we've now added online membership options to complement all of this stuff. So feel free to get in touch. So I'm concentrating a lot more on these because where I'm a little bit tired and fatigued, it's easy to start letting my form go, my background. So my full focus at the moment is on keeping my back upright. Oh, we have a delivery. Can stay there for the moment, they're not coming in. A little bit longer now, I'm starting to feel it. Which arguably is the point. It is funny though, when you do it, you pace yourself that little bit more. Friday's workout, 20 seconds, pushing the pace as hard as we could. 20 seconds. Just feels like an eternity. When you're pacing yourself a little bit with the cardio based stuff, a minute, not so bad. You feel if you do it, it's doable. But that's the difference between aerobic conditioning and anaerobic conditioning. I won't bore you with the details, but it's the body using different energy systems to power the movement. And that's the how we vary the results you get from your workout by hitting the different energy systems of the body, keeping it guessing, keeping it working, and hopefully keeping it relatively interesting, stopping it getting too monotonous, because it is quite easy. I have a handful of exercises I like. We're doing 3 of them now, so I could quite easily do them a lot. But other people, if this is, you don't like these exercises, we're doing them all the time, it gets very monotonous. But this is why a key thing in the group is teaching alternatives. They hit the same muscles in a comparable way, do similar jobs, and it's about customising the workouts for everybody as an individual so they can get the results they want without it being an absolute misery. Because not even about finding something that's easy. It's about finding something that you enjoy. Some things, it's just a grind and it makes you miserable. I've got out of sync. Oh, I should have possibly, when we're back on skipping now, I've lost track through the talking. Yeah, some exercises, yeah, on number 4 also. No matter how tough they are, the challenge of fighting it is enjoyable. For a lot of well, men I know definitely, it's the bench press. They love to grind through that. For very few people, it's squats. The irony of that is arguably squats is probably the better exercise of the two. And the people that do find squats, they enjoy the challenge, they embrace the challenge of improving their squat, see the better results. I mean, I must admit, I find yoga essential. Yoga moves, why we squeeze in lots of down dog and yoga style moves within these workouts. But actually doing a yoga class, I can't get into it, I've tried. And I keep going back for more because it is good for you. I do lots of yoga. And I've said this before, arguably if somebody said to me, there's only one type of exercise, that is the type of training I could do, what's the single best thing, regardless whether I enjoy it or not, I'll just shut up and get it done. Yoga's probably the one I would say with, because it has such so many benefits. You can get those comparable benefits from other workouts, I like these kind of conditioning workouts. Other people prefer lifting heavy. It's about powerlifting. Other people want to bodybuild. It's about training for aesthetics. It's slightly different. Your goals will be different. Everybody's goals will be slightly different. What they enjoy and how they go about getting it is slightly different. And there is no right or wrong. It's about what's right for you. Generally, when I was in my teens and 20s, I did want big muscles. I wanted to look cool. I didn't really care about the function. Now I'm that little bit older, I don't want my back to ache. I don't want my knees to ache. I don't want to get exhausted when I'm trying to play with the kids. Now it's much more about function. If I'm doing a workout like this, I don't want to be completely dying in front of the camera. If I want to be, say, you know what, I'll have a go at the London Marathon. Let's do that, despite having never done any long distance running. Know that I can do it without getting any injuries and adapt. So that's my priority currently, is injury prevention and kind of functional all-round fitness. Being kind of a jack of all trades. And that's what this is very, very good for. But then it's about, so this is a key thing, difference between exercising and training. Exercising is, you do what you do, you get out of breath, you work up a good sweat, then you come back and do it again another day, and you just keep yourself busy, keep yourself moving. Training is having a specific objective. This is where I am, this is where I want to be. What is the steps between these 2 points to get me there? So arguably, somebody exercising and somebody training, to the outside eye would look very, very similar. But the thing is, you can get great results just exercising, but it's very, very subjective. You go in one day, you do this, you go another day, you do this. It's a little bit unstructured. You're not really tracking anything. Can get good results, but the thing with that is when you plateau, you reach a point where everything slows down, or you hit a sticking point. What do you do then? And that's when the training's got to come in. Actually looking at problem solving, getting you where you need to be. So again, I mean, it's just as simple as something like this. On the timer, you just go through the motions, just do it. If I was training, I'll be tracking how many reps I'm getting in on each time frame, what weight I'm using, how I feel, could I go up a weight, could I squeeze in a couple more reps? And this is going to go on as we progress. So like I said before, we have half the workouts are time-based, half the workouts are rep-based, and that's where you really track and see that you're making progress. Because if you never really look at the numbers, if I always just come in and say 10 push-ups, 10 push-ups, 10 push-ups, how are you getting better? If I'm like, how many push-ups you can do? I can do 10. Can you do 11? No, that last one, it all falls apart. It's like, right, wicked. Let's get training. Then a month later we test. You've done 12. We're making progress. You're getting stronger. If I ask you to do a workout like this, and in 20 seconds you've done 20 seconds you've done 20 jumping jacks, on day 1 you were feeling like you needed mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, but then on day 10 you're like, you know what, that was a little bit easy, we need to up that. You've clearly got better. Got to keep an eye on my form on these. I can feel a couple of reps. I'm not keeping my core engaged. My back's starting to round. I need to focus. Slightly less waffle. Slightly more focus. So I mean, the joy of this, because I'm filming it, I could go back. I don't have to keep counting my reps. I'll go back, have a look. how many of these I've got in the minute, and then next time maybe I'll count it and try and get better. Oh, I'm fairly sure we're into the break. Just going to keep watching and double check. There it is. Grab a drink of water. When you come back, fairly sure if I stand there I'll chop my head off. It's going to count down the minute, and it's going to put 15 seconds on the end to get ready. So that plus the 15 we've just had gives you 90-second rest, a minute and a half. Keep moving. So feel my arms getting heavy. Keep moving. On the way back down, we're just doing the reverse of that. When we first come back, a minute of each exercise again. And slightly less, 5 rounds, all the way down to 15 of each. And then, boom, we are out of here. Today's exercise done for, and the girls and I are going to break out our nunchucks for our ninja training. Honestly, I'm very impressed with how well they've been doing. Yeah, all of my waffle about maybe fast forwarding that. Enjoy your rest. We're not reversing the order, there's no need to complicate things. Same exercises, same order. Oh, see, I told you I was struggling with the programming. We're getting a minute 45, not 90 seconds. I put too many 15-second chunks in. This one is go though. Keep moving, enjoy the extra rest. Now I've seen it. It won't happen next time. I can edit it, I'll save it. The thing is, your rest time as well, especially if you're watching the video, take as long as you need. Just don't cool down in between, keep moving. That's another key thing about knowing how you're getting better. If you're doing all of these exercises, same reps, same weight, same intensity, but you need less rest in between, you're getting fitter, it's working. You know, these rest times are nice, good, generic times that work for the majority of people. If we get really fit, we might need slightly less. We're just starting out, we might need slightly more. The key thing for the people who need slightly less, I would possibly say, don't do less than what we're doing, just look to up the intensity for your time in the when we're going. But then again, you could also download your own interval timer and pre-program it, use this as a template, program it with less time. I mean, I have found when you change it between exercises, anything less than 10 seconds, it goes really, really quickly. It's hard to get set up and go. And again, as you know, with the last few circuits, we've only been having 10 seconds rest. It's a nice amount of time. You don't really have a chance to catch your breath, but you do have a chance to move from one station to the other. So yeah, my posture's going on this. I'm folding forwards rather than squatting down. So you do have to be strict with yourself. I mean, all of this is nice and easy. This is why people pay personal trainers. It's not all about kind of boot camp, drill sergeant, grrr, one more, don't be a wimp, one more, you can do it, go, go, go. We're not just cheerleaders. It's about, you know what, your form's going, if you can't maintain the form, it's better to rest, move on to something else, don't risk an injury. It's about pointing out, oh, your back's rounding, can you fix that? Brilliant. No, you can't. Right, we need a different exercise so you can still get results without hurting yourself. Why are you struggling with that? Is it an old injury? Is it lack of mobility? Is it you're just having a bad day today? You didn't get a good night's sleep? There is a lot to be said for having someone with you. And this, you know, doesn't necessarily need to be a personal trainer. It's better if you've got someone who's studied it possibly and knows it, but it's having a training partner. Again, this is what we use in our Facebook group for our members area. People can send me in a video, either in the group or as a private message if they're shy, and I can have a look and say, bang, yes, that's perfect. Do your feet need to be a little bit wider? Do your hands need to be in? Do you need to roll your shoulders back? But also the other members, when they are happy to have it public, will learn from that. If someone's like, oh, it's a question I didn't even think to ask, which is why training in a group can be good. And a bit of social accountability works nicely as well, because there's plenty of times training in a group, you're like, you know what, I'm just going to go through the motions, I'm going to coast it today, and then the guys you're training with are really fired up, really motivated, and it's contagious, it's infectious. Possibly shouldn't be talking about contagions and infections in the current climate, but motivation and positivity are also contagious. And if you're around someone who's really fired for it, he'll pick you up, you'll try harder than you otherwise would have. And there are many times training where if I wasn't training with somebody else, I wouldn't have done it. I'm like, alright, I'll turn up, I'll do the barest minimum because I have to. But then I get there and I come away feeling great. You know, you never really regret doing a workout. You regret skipping them. The trouble is, it's so easy to skip them. Say, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it later. This is why it's such an important thing to say, what's the barest minimum that I will do? So you know what, I'm going to do that 5-minute warm-up on the timer. Say, you know what, that nice easy beginner circuit, I'll do that at half speed, it's 10 minutes, I'll get it done. Because you'll do it, you'll feel better for it. You may decide, you know what, I'm going to do another 10 minutes, I might do something else. But even if you don't, and it's not just about tricking yourself into, I've done 10 minutes now, I might as well do half an hour, because then when you're considering not doing it, you'll start using that to justify, when I say it's only 10 minutes, but then I'll do more, and I really don't want to do more. If you're really having a bad day, just do, you know, work it down, 60 seconds. I'll do 60 seconds of skipping. I'll do 30 seconds of shadow boxing. Doesn't matter, what's the barest minimum. No one will say, you know what, 10 seconds for today's exercise is too much, I can't do it. We just walk up and down your stairs for 10 seconds. Punch sign, punch bag for 10 seconds. Because then you're training your brain that yes, we're training, we're doing something when we say we're going to do something. The intensity doesn't matter as much as just turning up. So, haggle yourself. What is the barest minimum on your worst day? And if you're ill, I'm not saying run yourself into the ground. I'm not saying sacrifice your health in the pursuit of health. If you need a day off, you need a day off. But on the days when you're too stressed, you can't be asked, it's that motivation's not there, you've got a massive to-do list, they're the days you're like, know what, I'm just going to go outside and I'm going to skip 30 seconds, 60 seconds, I'll swing the kettlebell, I'll do 10, you know, squats, I'll quickly I'll just smash out 20 squats, and then you know what, I'm done for the day. Yeah, you're not going to get amazing physical results from that, but psychologically the results will be invaluable because you're slowly conditioning your brain that laziness, overwhelm, stress is not a reason not to do this, because being physically active is one of the best antidotes to being depressed, to being overwhelmed, to being stressed. You know, I've always said this to the guys that come and train with me. When you come to the gym, you can leave all your problems at the door. They'll all still be there when you go back, but you get half an hour off from them, an hour off. You can just forget it. It's a sanctuary. I mean, there's plenty of times when guys have come in a group, and a couple of them, to be fair, have said, they've got there and said, you know what, I don't feel like it. They've done maybe half the warm-up and said, I've not got it today. And they'll sit on the side, and we'll chat, they'll help check everybody else's form, or get involved and they still get that break from their troubles. They've still conditioned themselves to do something, and it is invaluable. It really is. And if you want to read something into this, and I'm banging on about this so much because I'm trying to convince myself as much as I'm trying to convince you, you're not wrong. Yeah, because I am very good at leaving my own BS. It's a very bit Americanism in it, BS, but I shouldn't really be swearing full blown on camera. Where are we? What was I saying? Yeah, I'm very good at convincing myself. No, you'll do it tomorrow. You'll work twice as hard tomorrow, so you'll make up for it. Oh, you know what? You had a little bit of a twinge in your knee. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Well, if your knee twinges, don't use my knee. Do an upper body workout. It's, you know, do some restorative stuff from your knees, stretch it out. I think my form on that entire set was awful. Oh, we're getting there now, though. They're getting slower and slower. It's going in the right direction. And we're off. I mean, another thing as well is different people motivate themselves differently with self-talk. Some people are all purely positive. Yeah, I've got this, we can do this, smash it, one more rep. Other people, slightly more my the side of the line I fall on, side of the fence I fall on, is, oh my god, that's awful. But yeah, you mean I did it anyway. Oh man, this is going to be such hard work, but hey, I turned up. I'm doing my best. Possibly a slightly more pessimistic, but I mean, they've shown that sometimes, possibly if you're in a gym or in a crowded space, don't do it out loud, but things like swearing and shouting reduces pain. If you're in pain, you hurt yourself, you start swearing, it helps. One of the things, looking at cold showers and the benefits of cold showers, and there's a guy who was arguing that if you kind of swear and scream and rage at the water, you can boost your willpower. So, it depends on you as an individual. For me, trying to lie to myself and say, oh no, it's easy, I'll power through, doesn't work for me. But me saying, my god, this is horrendous, but you know what? The good outweighs the bad, I'm going to knuckle down and get it done, I find helps me. Because I'm not trying to convince myself of anything, and also what I'm doing, I feel, is I'm acknowledging it's hard work. And I'm giving myself a pat on the back for not giving in because it's hard work. And that's the thing we try and teach our children. You don't say, oh, you struggled, just quit. Yeah, as adults, we tend to be like, oh no, I can't do that, I'm not instantly brilliant at it. Sod it, I'll go find something else. So, I find I always want to say, it is hard, maybe I can't do it, but I'm going to try. It's the exact same approach I take with my kids. To me, the trying is the important bit. Success or failure doesn't matter. Trying your best. And not giving up. In resilience, physical and mental, is such an important thing. Oh, last round. It's gone quick. Possibly quicker for me than for you because you're listening to all this waffle, I'm just the one doing it. But in the past, I've been up and down. I love me food, I'm a big eater, so the weight's always been an issue. And then getting distracted from training, jumping from one thing to another, like, all shiny, all shiny, all shiny. So again, lots of exercise but no training, so no progress, just spreading myself too thin. But the key thing is, never give up. All the time you're trying, all the time you're moving forwards. You can be proud of yourself. Oh man, the app crashed. Ah, see, this is the trouble being reliant on technology. At the same time though, it crashed on the final one. We are finished, it made it to the end and then crashed. How fortunate is that? If that had happened halfway through and I'm stuck in kettlebell swings indefinitely wondering where's the timer gone. Okay, where are we? Open app again. Yeah, it's not even going to carry on where it left off. Fortunately, I'm pretty sure we were finished. That was the final 15 seconds of kettlebells. Okay, after all of that waffle today, it is highly likely your ears are hurting more than your muscles, more than your lungs. I mean, I must admit, you saw, unlike the previous exercises, I'm not puffing so hard I can't speak, and you paid the price for that. That is the difference between anaerobic conditioning and aerobic conditioning. Aerobic conditioning, I want to get in, I said I wasn't going to prattle on about this earlier, but just, aerobic conditioning, I'm getting in enough air to power my movement. Anaerobic, I can't get in enough air, so my body's got to dip into the glycogen stores to power the movement. So the whole point of the shorter time frames is I want to be breathing so hard I can't talk. These longer time frames, as long as I'm breathing a little bit heavier, I should be able to talk, otherwise I'm never going to make it through the long ones. If I go at the same intensities we were yesterday, I'll never do a minute. So this one is about pacing yourself, and you can breathe, you can talk, and depending on your exercise selection, this can be a strength workout or it can be a cardio workout. For me today, solid cardio workout. The kettlebells gave me a nice chunk of core conditioning as well, but primarily it's all about the heart and the lungs. Again, at the moment, every day we've got a different workout. I haven't really spoken about this. I've got 10 separate workout formats. Today's one format, the reverse pyramid. But we can do lots of different exercises within that. And this thing, of those 10, we're working out Monday to Friday. So 2 weeks takes us through the cycle. And then we go back to the beginning, but with different exercises, with a different focus, a different emphasis. With regards to my waffle about the difference between exercising and training, where the training comes in, these workouts start off, they're all time-based. Today's was the last one that was time-based, funny enough. Then they go into ones that are a mixture of reps and time, which you'll see as we go on. Then they go into purely rep-based workouts, and those rep-based workouts are the ones where you're seeing the training, because you need to be able to do the reps with the weight. Now, if you've start off light, bang, we've hit all of the reps with this weight. Next time, heavier weight, bang, we've hit all our target reps. Heavier weight, bang, or we struggled here. We've gone 10, 10, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. So next time we'll do 10, 10, 9, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. And I will talk, what that's about is the triple progression method, which is what I use, and I think a lot of people who know what they're talking about, use for making sure their training is progressive, that they are getting better. I'll talk about it more when we're actually doing it. But yeah, if after me saying, exercising, you don't necessarily know what you're doing results-wise unless you're training, and you're like, well, hang on a minute, haven't we just spent the last week just exercising? Yes, we have, but it's getting us in the swing of it. And another key thing is periodization. And periodization just simply means alternating. You can't go at 100% all the time or your body will give out and break. You have to alternate between hard and easy. With athletes and professional athletes, you have to sync it in with when they're playing. If you kill somebody in the gym, they've got to go out and they've got a professional football match or a professional boxing match, they're going to be knackered. So on the run up to it, you need to get them, work them hard, and then taper off so that they're recovered and fit for it. It's no different with us. We need to work hard and hard and hard to get our body to adapt to get the results, and then we need to taper off. There's two different types of periodization, linear periodization and undulating periodization. There's a couple of different names that people use for them, but it's always those two. They just have different names. I think undulating is also called non-linear, so you have linear and non-linear, undulating and they're the two that I use because you can visualise it. Linear is, I'm a boxer, I've got a boxing match in 12 weeks. Currently, I'm not in the best of shape. We're going to try and ride, start here, get fitter and fitter and fitter and fitter and fitter, ready for the fight, then have a quick rest so I'm nicely recovered, so then when I hit the fight, boom, I'm ready to go. Undulating is something more like somebody who's arguably a footballer, or even I think football matches, there's a big gap between them nowadays. I don't know my sports well enough, but something where you're competing every couple of weeks, it's a regular thing, so you haven't got time to build up. So undulating is you're up and down like this. There's never an on-season and an off-season. You've got to try and maintain this, but just keep the waves so you don't get injured, because if you come up here and stay here, something will give, you'll break, you'll get an injury. So you've got to give your body time to recover, but undulating is what it says, undulating, little waves, so you've got time to keep recovering and to keep at a peak level performance, and that's what we're doing. These exercise based sessions are currently they're on the upswing. Then we're going to hit the rep based ones, and that's the peak, that's where we're training really hard. Then we'll come back down, repeat these ones that are just for time, so we can take it easy, or if we're feeling good we can push it a bit, come back up, hit the reps again really hard, and that's where you'll see the progression. That's where it works. At some point when all of this goes online, I'm going to build an online product, and these will all be in individual videos, but for now I just want to get it out there. People are locked in their homes and going stir crazy, so if nothing else, hopefully you'll find it a little bit interesting, a little bit useful, because my goal is for putting all the stuff online isn't, you know, the old analogy, give somebody a fish, feed them for a day, teach them to fish, they're salted, leave them alone. That is what I'm after with fitness. I want to get across, it's not, a lot of people are selling products nowadays, and as such, one of my favourite sayings is, you know, they muddy the waters to make them seem deep. If they can make it really, really complicated, then you're reliant on them. You have to keep giving them your money, you have to keep going to these gurus saying, tell us what to do. It isn't. Your body's a machine designed to work in a certain way. It's relatively easy to get it that way. You've just got to understand a few basic principles. And that's what I want to get. Things like we're covering in this. It's not about individual exercises, it's about movements. Push, pull. This could be a push-up, it could be a bench press, it could be band rows, it doesn't matter. Pushing movements. You can push up, you can push out, you can push down. You can pull down, you can pull in, you can pull up. Legs, they push or they hinge. All of these kind of things, once you know what those movements are, once you know a handful of exercise for those movements, you can pick and choose. So it's not as hard as people want you to believe it is, because, and if they're trying to convince you it is, it's because they're trying to sell you something. That's a problem. Anyway, I've prattled on enough. Hope you enjoyed the workout. Tomorrow we start to move into rep based stuff, but still using the timer. It gets interesting. I'll see you then. Bye.